We all make mistakes we could take back. Tell me about a time you wish you handled the situation differently with a colleague. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Okay. There was one day, and I don't remember the particulars about this scenario because it was a long time ago. And this was maybe a year into my previous job. And we were in the middle of a conversation. I was standing in the warehouse chatting it up with one of the part-time employees down there. And I remember I think we were on lunch break, maybe, I don't know, but we were getting pretty deep into this conversation, and eventually, we started just chit-chatting, kind of getting a little bit too deep into things. And I remember we started talking about just like people around the office and kind of who we liked, who we disliked, who we got along with. And I remember sharing a rather like kind of embarrassing story about another employee that I had found out about, just to kind of connect with this guy that I was talking to. And I realized that after I had done so, that after I had kind of thrown this other employee that I was talking about under the bus, I just kind of remember sitting there going, I feel so skeevy now. And I realized I had done this more than a couple of times beforehand, where I had shared something about somebody, and I was almost gossiping behind their back, and I felt, and in that moment, it kind of hit me where I walked away from that scenario and went, oh my God, I'm that guy. Because I had done that more than a couple of times beforehand, and I hadn't realized that that's what I was doing. But ultimately, I was essentially backhand gossiping about somebody else around the office and throwing them under the bus just for the sake of just having like a quick laugh with another employee, which is that's so shitty. That's a shitty thing to do. And that was kind of my wake-up call. And I asked my brother about, like, do I do this? Is this a thing that I do? And he was like, yes, you've done this before. And I was just like, oh no, that's not what I want. That's not how I want to come off to people at all. And so that was a wake-up call for me. And I wish I had handled those situations better. I really do, just because here I thought, like, I was like connecting with somebody, just sharing like funny stories that I learned around the office, but I imagine to them it probably, I don't know how it came off to them, but thinking back on it, I can't imagine it made a very good impression of myself. So if I could go back and change those scenarios, I would.